I have the ground, the negative on the battery disconnected. Now, as long as the negative is disconnected and there's no ground, the car doesn't get any power. So just be sure that you disconnect the black negative side, not the red positive side, because just disconnecting this is actually, I mean, it'll cut the power, but it's kind of more dangerous. When you connect it, you could electrocute yourself and other things. So negative, black side. All right, guys, so now that I got the battery connected, everything's ready, and gonna run through the process with you first before I do it, just so I can thoroughly explain what is supposed to go on. Now, there's a little discrepancy between the times that each I guess step that you're gonna do, the amount of time that you do it for. But from what I've heard and seen, I'm gonna give you my opinion, and then we're gonna see, if it works. So, number one thing, after the battery's connected, make sure everything is off. There can't be any electrical stuff on. So, as soon as I turn the key on, in the on position, that's the first step, is not starting the car, but putting it in the on position for 20 seconds. I'm going to make sure everything's off. The radio's off, the air's off, there's no blinkers or hazards, or my dome light's not on. And after 20 seconds, I'm going to start the car. And then I'm going to let it run for 10 minutes. Now, my car is probably going to have a hard time starting. It's cold, and like I said, we're going to see if the EGR is actually broken, because I believe that the EGR, the electronic part, the solenoid on the EGR, is broken. So 20 seconds, start, run for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, we're going to shut it off, let it sit for about 20 seconds, 30 seconds. I'll probably let it sit for about 30 seconds. And then into the on position again, 20 seconds. And then you let it run for 5 minutes. And then you should be good. But I've also heard when you start it the second time, run it for 5 to 10 minutes again and shut the car off. But from what I've seen, the second time you start the car, it should be good. And if it's not, I'm gonna let it run for 5 minutes either way, and then we'll take it for a quick ride, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so turn the key. It's gonna sit for about 20 seconds. I made sure everything is off. There's no radio on, there's no dome light, nothing's going on. And now let's start the car. It's probably gonna be a little rough start, but we'll find out. That was actually a lot better. I think I might have fixed the EGR problem. First 10 minutes done, shut the key off for 20 seconds. Now it's back on for 20 seconds, and I don't know if it's gonna work. I could have did it wrong. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna try it again. But also, if it doesn't work, then that means it's my idle air control valve. So I guess we'll find out. Another 5 minutes. Alright guys, so it's the next day. I had to do the idle relearn a second time because the first time it didn't take. Now, the reason that I think it didn't take the first time is because I wasn't adamant about the time. Like, when you first start, you hook the battery back up, turn the key on for 20 seconds. Then you start the car for 10 minutes. Then you shut it off, key in the off position for 20 seconds. Then back in the on position for 20 seconds. And then you start it for another 5 minutes. Now, the first time, I just kind of, guessed and went about it. Now, I think it's something like, I guess you could relate it to putting in a cheat code for a video game. Now, if you don't get it exactly right, you don't do it fast enough, it doesn't work. I mean, I just believe it's very similar. You're dealing with a computer, and you're getting it to relearn the idle. So I went back, I was more adamant about the time, and I got it to work. So we're going to go back right now after sitting all night, and we're going to start it up, let it warm, and see if the idle is, still correct. So let's get it started. Alright guys, so I'm in the car now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the car and let it warm up, because it is Connecticut, it's the middle of winter, and it's going to be on cold start for a couple minutes, and it's going to be at about 1500 RPMs anyway, until it warms, and then it'll drop. So I'm going to start it, and then we'll cut back when it warms up, because I'm pretty sure you don't want to sit here and stare at the tachometer while it's warming it up. So here we go. Yeah, this is only the third time it started up, so, I mean, it's probably going to act a little funny.
Dad?
What are you doing? I'm going to get you.
Mom.
I'm going to get you too. Here I come. Hold on. I'm going to get you too. You better watch out, because I'm coming. Alright, so as you can see, the RPMs drop back down. She's idling. I mean, she's still dropping down a little bit. It was a little funky when I started it, but I kind of expected that. Like I was saying, I mean, in my opinion, I could relate it to putting in a cheat code for a video game. If you don't put it in fast enough, or you don't put it in exactly right, it doesn't work. So when I was more precise, and I was more adamant about doing it correctly, it worked. But just make sure you don't touch anything. Don't touch anything while you're doing the idle relearn. The car sounded like it was going to blow up. It was making all sorts of crazy noises and ticks and rumbles. And, now it's fine. That's just the car adjusting the air intake, the air-fuel ratio, and everything that it needs to adjust. So, just be adamant. If it doesn't work the first time, do it a second time. Use a timer if you need to, and be patient. It'll work. And with that said, let's go for a quick ride and see how she drives. Bust a little U real quick. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky. I gotta get myself a clip-on mount, so right now I'm holding the camera in my hand while I'm trying to drive a stick, so bear with me. Alright guys, so there you have it. Quick little test drive after, taking care of the problem. And if you guys enjoyed it, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe, because I got tons more driving stuff coming as soon as I get this thing 100% squared away. And to be quite honest, after doing this couple little things and getting it back together, I got it running for now, but the motor's gonna blow up very soon. That noise, it's gonna let go, and something catastrophic's gonna happen. I'm in the process of finding a motor, and we're gonna do a swap on it, and get this thing running A.O.K. And then I got a couple performance mods that we're going to be doing, and seeing what kind of power we can get out of this. Now this motor is basically the little brother to the BRZ motor. There's a couple differences, you know, but the basic structure of the motor is very similar. But yeah, again, appreciate you all. Love you guys. Don't hesitate to ask any questions. Peace.